Hey everybody, welcome back for day 37 of 100 days of Halloween. I hope you are well. Um yeah, the week is we're almost to Friday, guys. It is going by so super fast. So, 100 days of Halloween. What am I doing? Real quick, my friend Ranee over at the Woolly Llama shop was having a live and was discussing with us that she was wanting to do a Halloween fall themed blanket. And her brilliant idea was to do it over the 100 days of Halloween. And instead of doing this large undertaking of a huge blanket, because it is really hot in the South, her idea was to do it in small bite-sized pieces, meaning 6-inch by 6-inch granny squares, and each square having its own theme, color, fall motif, whatever, or Halloween, which is a brilliant idea because then you can slowly put them together with whatever join you want to use and everything. And so I had been wanting to make a Halloween blanket for the last several years, but lifey stuff was always in the way. Never got a chance. Excuse me. And so I told her this was going to be the year. I was going to join with her in solidarity. We could cheer each other on, motivate each other, everything. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. And we have been having so much fun. We've had some other content creators that have joined in, although they aren't making blankets, they're making entirely different projects. But at the same time, we're all making kind of the same thing together. So, and we've had some of you subscribers say that you are also joining in. Not sure if you're doing blankets or other smaller projects. Um, I'm still waiting on pictures. I hope you guys that are making along with us send in pictures because we would love to see what you guys are making. But anyhow, we are all having a lot of fun. And Rainy, her side of it, she's doing it a little more structured. We're all kind of doing our own spin-off of how we're doing it. Um, she's a little more structured. She had searched the interwebs and compiled this big list in her computer of all these different appliques and squares and things, and she is drawing them at random out of her little jack-o'-lantern of joy, or Jinx jack-o'-lantern of joy. And if you guys don't know why I'm calling it that, you need to go check her out and see why. Because you will get a good laugh out of it, just like she is and the rest of us are. But anyhow, every day she is drawing one at random and providing you guys with the links for the free patterns and everything. And I myself am doing it a little different. I didn't have a structured, oh, I'm going to do this one this day, this one, or anything like that. I'm just doing whatever creative whim strikes me for that day in that color of square. And so far, it's working for me. Let's hope it continues. I'm hoping I don't run out of steam, but so far, so good. Um, the only thing that I did change was about a week ago or so. I had realized that due to having appointments or catching up on friends' videos and not being able to work on like a detailed project, I was making squares, blank squares, to have fall or Halloween themed appliques, etc., put on them while I was busy with other things. And so my pile was getting huge. And I would go to make an applique and I was making another square. And I'm like, I got to start using them. So we have started drawing those squares at random. Every day when I come on and I show you what I've done for today's square, we will draw another one at random, and that will be the square that will be worked on for tomorrow. So I have no idea what color comes tomorrow until we draw it out of my boo box of fate, which started as a bag that was an epic fail. And if you saw that video, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's why we had to transition to the boo box of fate. The boo box still is not decorated. I'm still trying to find something to give it a fall theme that is not going to get trashed or whatever. As I'm shaking it up and whatever, we'll get there. We'll get there. But anyhow, So doing these squares every day for 100 days, if you're compiling the blanket, like Ranee and I are, that would mean rows of 10 across and 10 up and down. She's doing a really cool join on hers. I was inspired by Sam over at Memphis Makes, with a join that she did on a donation baby blanket. And so I decided I was going to check that out and see how I liked it. I love it. That's what I'm joining my squares with. It creates this little zigzag and everything. And I decided I was going to join them with this since I'm using a lot of those colors. And it's turning out awesome. I haven't put any more rows on it. I'm waiting for this next batch of 10 to be completed so I have enough for the full row. But anyhow, we've finished the first set of 10. Then we moved on to 11 through 20. We completed those. And then 21 through 30, we've completed those. Now we are working on 31 through 40. And today we are on number 37. So without further ado, let's get to the rundown of 31 through today's square. All the information for appliques will be in the description box. If there is a tutorial or somebody's written pattern on their blog post or whatever, it will be in the description box. If it is something I freehanded, I will also put that in there so that you know that there is technically really no pattern. So yeah, it will be in the description box. So I know it's kind of getting repetitive at this point because we're so far into this, but we do have some new ones and I wanted to make sure that they knew. And for any of my podcaster friends that I mention, they will also be linked in the description box. Please go check them out. They are so much fun. They are so creative, very talented, and they have a lot of great content. So if you don't know them, go check them out because you really might like them. So with that, let's get on to let's do a little refresh from 31 through today. For 1 through 10, 11 through 20, um, and 21 through 30, I've already made video shorts and I'm doing it for every batch of 10. So if you want to go back and not watch the full videos, you can go into my shorts and see what squares I did for each of those batches of 10. And that will catch you up. So, and if there's any you like, you can try and find that day in the video and you can look and see where to find that applique or theme square or whatever if there was one. So, day 31, we did the poison apple. And off the top of my head, I can't remember who they are because at this point there's been so many. Yeah. And then day 32, I did fall leaves. This was the first random square we drew. And actually, we had drawn out purple. And because we had just done purple, I vetoed it. We redrew and we got this orange. So I did fall leaves because we didn't have any yet. And it is a Halloween fall, right? So then the next day we drew at random for the second time, and obviously purple wanted to be a thing because it came back out. So I did this little Frankenghosty, and it is a set of 5, I believe, which all the information's in the description box. They're little trick-or-treating little boos, and I think they're so stinking adorable. So that was day 31, 32, 33. Day 34 square that was drawn was yellow. I named this one Spell Gone Wrong. It's supposed to be a frog. To me, it looks like a newt. So when I was putting it on, I just had this envision that this witch cast a spell, it bounced off something, and it bounced back to her and turned her into a frog or a newt. So I put the little witch out on top, and it was free-handed. So that was day 34. Day 35 square we drew was orange again, but it was a fluorescent orange. So I put a crystal ball and a little star and a little crescent moon. And then day 36, we drew this like neon gecko green. I want to say it was gecko green from the Joann's Big Twist yarn line. And I had been working on this applique, and it's quickly become one of my favorites, and I was just waiting for the right color square to put the applique on to make the colors pop. And so it was this little swirl kitty in purple and sparkly black. Yeah, and you can see all of the sparkle. It is so pretty. And I actually have been inspired by Patricia over at the Yarny Cat Crochet. Her Halloween project she made, she's linked in the description box. If you have not seen her Halloween project, go check her out. It is super cute, super adorable. I've kind of been inspired to make something along those lines, but different. And I think this is an applique that I'm going to use on it. So thank you, Patricia, for that inspiration. So that was day 36. So for day 37, we drew a rust colored square. And it kind of threw me because I've been so used to the vibrant colors and fluorescence and bright colors and everything. And I was like, oh, I'm really going to have to think on this one. Well, I had been working on some appliques in advance, and so I can kind of be ahead of the game. And as I'm doing like applique bunches for like a square, I'm putting them in little zippy bags in a box. And so I was kind of going through to see what I had, and I found the perfect appliques. And so let's see what you guys guessed. For those that are new, I have been having, whenever I draw the random square, like whatever square we draw out of the Boo Box of Fate today, I have you guys guess in the comments section what you think is going to go on that square for tomorrow. I don't look at the comments until I'm recording for that square the next day to see if anybody guessed close to, let's see if anybody read my mind before I even made up my mind. So we've got Ranee over at the Woolly Llama shop. Love the swirly cat from yesterday and loves the blanket. Her guess for today is a mushroom. And then we have Alana Hawkins. She's already been right once with the Franken Ghosty. She loves the swirly cat. I think everybody loves the swirly cat. She thinks she needed to think about this one too. And I did too. Um, for the better part of the evening until I found one of the applique baggies that I'd been working on, and I thought that one was perfect. Um, Debbie, and I know I probably butcher your name, Debbie. I'm so sorry. Debbie Van Rensburg. You have to let me know if I'm saying it right. Van Rensburg. She said a lit candle in a pool of wax. Oh, that does sound cool. That's not something that has popped into my little idea bubbles. We'll have to write that down and see. And then Patricia over at the Yarny Cat. Yeah, you're right. That square probably would have been perfect for the pumpkin spice latte, but we already used it. So she is guessing a campfire with marshmallow toasting on a stick. I love that idea. That is so cute. And Karen, she loves the swirly cat. Thinks I should do a haunted house with a fence. And loves the blanket because I showed the update on it yesterday. If you haven't seen that, I have it right here, so we can probably show it again for those of you who missed it. And then our other yarny sis, Donna Hoskinson, loves the swirl cat. Everybody loved the swirl cat. I was kind of glad I found it. She's guessing a campfire with marshmallows too. Oh, everybody must be having those same brain waves. And then Nova, what did she say? Oh, she liked the library book that I found yesterday. She was surprised to see that there was freeform in that old crochet book. Right? Me too. Um, she's guessing a mushroom or a sunflower. And then Sam over at Memphis Makes, love the swirly kitty. And she said she already had a guess ready. And when I pulled the color square, it was perfect. A toadstool or mushroom. And then the join she found over on Christine. Oh, okay. So Christina gave you the idea. Well, I think you both, you and Christina. Um, because I must have missed that one on Christina's social media. I don't know if you mean social media like Facebook or something, because I don't get on there that much. Um, she liked the Afghan book too. And then Geraldine or Jerry from the UK. Hi, Jerry. What about a cup of hot chocolate and marshmallows? And that's been something I have written that idea down. Because I think I've said on here before, I love pumpkin spice, I love hot cocoa, hot teas, and all that when the weather starts cooling off and stuff. So those were all the guesses. So what did I put on my square? Well, let me see. I think there was is it 2 or 3 people were right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Ranee, Sam, and Nova. All of you must have been sending me some brainwaves. So, witchies, they have like lots of herbs and all different kinds of I have toad, I have newt, and they also have mushrooms laying around for their little concoctions and spells and everything. So I did these little mushrooms. And this one is based off of um what website was that? When I was scouring the internet, I saw it says free crochet pattern mushroom wall hanging by Woodland Stitchcraft. So I did the large mushroom kind of. Mine ended up looking a little different. I don't know what I did wrong, but it's cute nonetheless. And this is what it looks like. Woodland Stitchcraft. It's kind of blowing it out. I'll put the link in the description box right there. And then the little one, I just freehanded like this little triangle and kind of did the stem the same. And then I just slip stitched and chained and everything, trying to give it some kind of grassy looking, and just put some little tiny spots on it. So yes, 3 of you read my mind. I don't know if you read my mind or you sent me little spooky mushroom vibes through the but last night I ended up putting mushrooms on my square when I sat down to work on it, and I had been working on these and had them in a zippy bag. I think I have probably about 8 appliques that are made up, I think, that are in I've been putting them in zippy bags in the little tiny box that I'm putting all my, as I have a batch of 10 squares ready to go into the blanket. I've been putting the extra appliques in there too, in case I get stumped, or as I find some and I'm like, I don't want to forget about that one. I like it, so I'm making it in advance. And that way I have some done in advance. So all I have to do is sew them on. So yeah, we did mushrooms. This was like a golden harvest gold right here. This is just some like beige, and then this one is it's like a dark scarlet red, and I think that was actually leftover Hirschner's a partial ball that I have from when we did the Mandela Madnesses. This was from that Christmas blanket. So I'm trying to get it used up in different projects. So yes, we did mushrooms and I think they turned out cute. So there we go. So it's time to draw from the Boo Box of Fate again for tomorrow's square. Let's see what color we're going to have for tomorrow. And if I counted correctly on my tabs, because I'm still making blank squares, I think I only need 2 more to reach my 100 to throw in the box to be drawn from. I'll probably make a few extra. That way, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And that way I know there's plenty just in case something doesn't work out. Because I know Rainey's done some, she has some extra like appliques and stuff in her list in case, like, for instance, she draws one because she's had a couple that weren't working out right, just as a backup. So let's see what we get for tomorrow. Oh, let's reach in. Ooh, okay. We've got blue with a white circle. And let's put, I can't believe I didn't put all, I didn't, well, you guys know when I was doing all those squares, I was watching TV. I didn't weave in all the ends. So sometimes as I'm drawing the squares out, I got to weave in the end before I can do anything with it. So we got this, I think we've got the white center, and this is like, what color is this? I don't remember. I know it's not periwinkle. Is it cornflower blue? I think it's cornflower blue. There we go. So this is tomorrow's square. I'm going to have to do some thinking on this one. I don't know what I'm going to put on it yet. Well, maybe. I have a thought. I have a thought. We will have to see. So a cornflower blue with a white center. Could be a moon. We'll have to see which direction I go. All right, guys. So tomorrow's square has been drawn from the Boo Box. So put your guesses down in the comment section. And when we come back tomorrow, we will see what everybody guessed and see which direction we went. So I guess with that, I was going to open a package, but we're already at 22 minutes. Maybe I really do need to just do a video where I open them and get them out of my way. I really do. One of these packages is Ranee's fault from over at the Woolly Llama shop. Just saying, Ranee. Rainey's an enabler. She said she was enabled by, was it Erin from Crafting Kitty? I think. And she enabled me. So we're going to blame it on Erin. So anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you bunches, and come back tomorrow for day 38 if I haven't uploaded and recorded another video for either a book look or acquisitions and Happy Mail opening. So yeah. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you bunches, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.